so happy to be doing so in the form of a roast. I don't like roasts. I accept that they're more fun than a eulogy or a commencement. But if you're delivering one, it always means that somebody else is just getting the award. Not that I'm jealous of Christiane, because she's really a very nice person. Many of us like and admire her, but the whole purpose of a roast is to dwell on a person's shortcomings. And the fact is that there are important categories of people who do not like Christiane Amanpour. For example, genocidalists find her ill-tempered. Dictators consider her a nag. Terrorists think she's snippy. And those who take a philosophical approach to the suffering of others find her incredibly annoying. Like a bad rash, or an itch, or what's the word I'm searching for? A conscience. Christiane's failure to get along with war criminals is hard to excuse, but it's only her fourth most irritating quality. The third most grating aspect of her presence is that extraordinary voice of hers that is so authoritative that it scares you. I mean, if you are a cold-blooded, mass-murdering fanatic trying to pose as a lover of peace, whose voice is going to intimidate you more? Christiane's baritone or Wolf Blitzer's monotone? James Earl Jones than it is to Christiane Amanpour. And this brings us to Christiane's second biggest fault, which is even worse than her healthy conscience and incredible voice, and that's her brain. Talk about an elite gotcha quality. Real intelligence is a telltale sign. Nothing is more galling for a public figure than to be interviewed about your area of expertise, only to find that the interviewer not only has good questions, but also better answers than you do. As Barack Obama might have said if he'd only thought of it, you can fool some of the people all of the time, and all of the people some of the time, but you can't fool Christiane Amanpour any of the time.
Her father worked for Iranian Airlines. Since her mother was Catholic and her father Muslim, did I have that right? Yeah. Little Cynthia, as she was called, was raised as a follower of Zoroaster, an Iranian religion founded for some odd reason by a masked Mexican swordsman. After a life of indolence, caviar, and fabulous rugs, little Cynthia, she was and her family moved to Britain for the weather. While they were there, the Shah was ousted, the Ayatollah Khomeini took over. Little Cynthia, by now known as Christiane, moved to the University of Rhode Island just so she could be the only person you will ever meet who went to the University of Rhode Island. She also distinguished herself by graduating summa cum laude and winning second place in the Miss Tennessee beauty pageant under the name of Diane Sawyer. Look this up. About 2 minutes later, Christiane went to CNN, where she reorganized the network, told Ted Turner to take his meds, went on to Bosnia, where in a famous showdown with President Clinton, she called him a little chicken shit. When she was criticized for her lack of objectivity regarding rape, genocide, and other such matters, she responded with the famous words, "Objectivity does not mean treating all sides equally." Then she added a quip in Italian, one of 12 languages in which she is fluent, which went like this, "Abba fangu infidel." In 1998, Christiane married James P. Rubin, an Assistant Secretary of State, who incidentally leased my apartment in Washington and eventually bought it way below the market value and sold it years later for way above the market value, making me feel like a fool and wondering while I'm at it what the hell I'm doing here tonight. But I digress. The marriage to Rubin has been a splendid match, proving not that opposites attract, but that there is a God. Jamie himself told me that John Simpson, the world affairs editor of BBC News, famously called Christiane a head girl. This, I was relieved to find out, means she's always telling others what to do. I know this firsthand because after Jamie bought my apartment for way less than the market price, before he sold it for way more than the market price, Christiane moved in and threw all my belongings onto the street. When I protested, she said, "Cohen, get over it." Christiane has received numerous awards. She has won a brace of Pokes and Emmys and was named Nymph d'Honneur by the Monte Carlo Television Festival, which sounds awfully much like Head Girl, but never mind. Christiane is also an honorary citizen of Sarajevo. This entitles her to a half-price admissions to the Sarajevo Multiplex. Weekends excluded, of course. She has been named Iranian Christian Alumni of the Year by the University of Rhode Island 28 times. She has also been runner-up the same number of times. Now I want to be serious. I'm serious. This is my friend. She is a friend I admire for her considerable guts, for her sense of humor, I hope. For the gift of the truly gifted Darius John Rubin, her son and my friend, for her warmth and for her uncompromising integrity. She reminds us, all of us, why we are in this business. It is, in short, to be like you. Cynthia, I salute you.